Welcome to She Who Rises Up. I'm your host, Lara, and my intention is to uplift, elevate, and empower you through conscious conversations that will support your growth, healing, and evolution. My mission is to empower women and support the rise of the feminine in the corporate world. My favorite quote is, "She remembered who she was, and the game changed." And this is my desire for you ladies to remember who you are so you could change your game. Please come in and join me. This is your podcast. Sisters, hello. Welcome to episode 30 of She Who Rises Up. It's our big 3-0 here for us. And it's been a while, right? It's been a while since our last gathering. So hello, welcome back, and welcome to all the new listeners. I'm conscious, by the way, ladies, I am not consistent doing the podcast. And when I say consistent, I say it in the systemic, corporate way where you commit to something and you got to show up regardless, no matter what, every day, every week, every month, whatever. Because in our cultures, consistency is praised, right? And it's seen as being professional, committed to the cause, being in service and of service. And all these things are beautiful and worthy and needed, and certainly very true. And it's also very true that being consistent hasn't been working for me in so many aspects. And it's been a long time since I'm being okay being inconsistent. And especially when you have an offering like this, I want to do it from a place of joy, and I want to do it from a place of fun, not from a place of obligation, right? So why am I sharing this with you, ladies? I'm sharing with you with the hope that maybe we could start opening ourselves to the possibility of shifting our perspective on being consistent, especially for us women. As one of my favorite authors says, if anything, women are consistently inconsistent. How true is that, right? How true is that? By the way, the most listened episode to date was the one where I shared my ayahuasca experience. And may I say that I was so blown away by that. I was not expecting it. I really hope that you enjoyed it. At one point I thought, should I change the theme of the podcast to psychedelics? And I wanted to record a follow-up episode called How to Work with Psychedelic Plant Medicine. But the computer crashed. Well, I'm sorry, it didn't crash. Actually, it got shut down. And because I hadn't saved the document, so the document disappeared. So here's a little reminder, ladies, to always save your documents. So I took it as a sign that it wasn't the right time to talk about that, especially because I'm sitting with ayahuasca again in a couple of weeks. So I thought to myself, actually, let me speak from that energy. In the meantime, actually, I've sat down with another plant medicine called Wachuma or San Pedro cactus. It's really crazy, really crazy experience. So beautiful, though. Stunning, absolutely stunning experience. But today we are going to be talking about perimenopause. And let me tell you something, ladies. This is one episode that I didn't think or expect to be doing anytime soon, if not at all. But I'm recording it with two intentions. The first intention is to bring awareness to you who might be going through it without you realizing. And the second intention is to open the dialogue to the ladies who will be going through it in the future, so they could start preparing for it and not be taken by surprise. Like I've been taken by surprise. It's like, where did this come from altogether? How did our mothers do it? How did our grandmothers do it? Now, by the way, I'm aware that this affects women differently, where some would sail through this stage by taking maybe some herbs or nothing. Others might need some more attention and dedication. So it's something as well to bear in mind. So what I'm sharing with you, or I'll be sharing with you, is how I'm experiencing it myself. So, where to begin? How shall we begin this? Okay, let's begin by this. Hello, my name is Lara, and I'm going through perimenopause. And ladies, I mean, how did this happen? I mean, how did this happen? I I I thought this would happen in 10 years' time. I didn't think in a million years that I would be dealing with it now. I thought that maybe it would happen like my mother had her period stopped at the age of 50 something. So I thought that maybe then I'll have to worry about it. Because all I knew is about I knew about hot flushes and sweats that that was my perception of what menopause is. I didn't know that there was a whole stage before that, what we call perimenopause. Also, where's it written in the manual? It's not written in the manual anyway, right? So then we have to by surprise and by accident come across it. So, ladies, the answers that perimenopause symptoms is something that could start from your 30s, late 30s, early 40s, depends women to women, which actually just shows as well the ignorance that so many of us have around this topic. And personally, because I thought that wasn't something that I need to worry about yet. So I wasn't paying attention to the women who were talking about it either. And this is not doing us any good, right? It's in fact making our lives much harder, completely unnecessarily. So how did it begin? It began, well, I'm 44 years young. And I discovered that I'm going through perimenopause a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago. And thank goddess for that. Thank goddess for that. I mean, what is with the lack of motivation and the depressive mood thoughts and mood swings and the tiredness and the sudden bursts of tears, the forgetfulness and the out of the blue anxiety? These are some of the things that I've been going through. I could spend hours in bed with no energy to do anything. What I wanted to do, but I couldn't. And it's not because I didn't know how to or I didn't want to. I really wanted to, but I couldn't. I didn't have the capacity within myself. And it's taking me longer, in fact, to complete tasks than before. Now, this for some women is perimenopause too. And apparently there are more than 30 different symptoms that it can be confused as well. It can be confused with life events and life happening. And I thought that maybe because of my mother's situation and hospital life, and maybe I am had something to do with the collective energy. That was the reason of those feelings. I'm sure it also contributed, but there was something else happening. And I knew there was something off. I knew it. I was feeling stuck. And that was the reason that I sat with ayahuasca the first time back in August. So with all this, it wouldn't have ever occurred to me that my hormones basically were having a party without me. Also, what happened is that this is an anecdote actually, a few months ago, I ordered a few books on perimenopause and menopause. Because being a women's focused business, I knew that I needed to be aware of these topics. Some of the ladies I work with are in their 50s and their 60s. And although my work is experiential, meaning that I teach and I show up and I share through the things that I have experienced and embodied, I still felt that I needed to be aware of this as a topic as a whole. Now, what I didn't realize is that those books were actually for me. And because the universe does weird things to get your attention, over the last few weeks, literally, it's been a bombardment of messages through emails, through newsletters. I would open Instagram. It's like constant messaging. It felt as if, the universe was saying, hey, girl, look here. You're missing something. You're missing a point. It's here. It's not there. So without knowing, without too much consciousness, I listened to podcasts, and then I attended a masterclass, and I attended a class on hormones, and then it was like a light bulb moment when I realized, oh my God, it's like I'm going through all this. It became so obvious, that I'm going through perimenopause. And in fact, I now realize that I've been through it for a number of years. And that's when my period changed dramatically. When I hit, I think it was like 39, 40. And that is the first obvious symptom for me. But you know what, ladies, that after knowing this, I feel relieved. And somehow things started already to shift. And it's so good to know that actually I'm not losing my mojo. I'm not losing my motivation. Things are making sense. And although I've been having some resistance, and I'm still have some resistance, to the idea that I don't want to be conditioned, I'm quickly realizing that actually I'm grateful for this discovery, because this could help me to put back my life on track. Now, also true, ladies, that I felt some grief. I felt some grief that although I know that perimenopause is not an age thing, but a hormonal thing, my conditioning kicked in. And it was like, hey, Lara, you're getting old, with everything that comes with that. Now, luckily, the grief didn't last long at all. And I'm now very surrendered to this initiation, because it is an initiation. And every stage of our womanhood hold the medicine we most need. And perimenopause is full of medicine. I feel as if perimenopause is an initiation to really, finally, wholeheartedly sit, feel, and be with ourselves once and for all. It feels as if it's an opportunity that we are giving to TLC any disempowering, unhelpful, or unhealthy habits, thoughts, lifestyle choices, work choices. So it's an opportunity for rebirth and balance. It also feels as if it's time to deal with all those areas that, for whatever reason, we haven't dealt with. So now they become very obvious. Now they become even more exaggerated as a way. So my body is giving us all these signals for us to pay attention to them. And also it feels as if this stage is the medicine we need to heal the most important relationship, and that is the relationship with ourselves. So we can devotionally show up and be present and support us. This is also perimenopause. I mean, how clever is this, right? This is genius. And by the way, the medicine doesn't stay there. Actually, the medicine has ripple effects. Like, for example, once you start accepting the changes that happen to your body, which is massive, could be a massive trigger for so many women. What else will I be accepting that I haven't accepted before? Right? So that is the ripple effect of all these beautiful lessons that we start to integrate and embody. And by the way, it's so amazing that we have a name for it, right? That could make our life easier, so we could start navigating and looking into it and studying it. I know that to name it is also to liberate it, because knowledge is also medicine. Now, I cannot say that my life has transformed because I just found out, so I'm just at the beginning of it. But I am so on the right track, and I'm very, very, very excited, really, really excited about what is it going to show up, or what opportunities am I going to be given to transmute whatever hasn't been transmuted. So here are some of the things that I am putting in place so far. Again, it's very early stage. I'm still practicing tracking my cycle. This is something that I've been doing for quite a long time now. And now the tracking is elevated. I elevated the practice. It's more thorough. I'm paying even deeper attention to the details. And also, I have changed my diet. I've changed my diet slowly. I'm introducing things. I'm removing things. I'm paying attention to things I should be eating, I shouldn't be eating. That it's a must for me. I recognize that. I'm introducing exercise, and this has not been a forte in my life. And for some reason, yoga is calling me, which is very bizarre because it's never been a thing for me. So yeah, I'm going to explore that. Going to bed early, that's something else I'm doing. And I'm having a consultation with my GP this week, and with the intention of to start the conversation and getting some blood tests done. I don't know how the NHS, the National Healthcare System, is going to support here. So depending on this meeting, I'll know where to take the conversation and what direction to take, and also to determine what's best for me, whether to take hormones or not, or whether I could balance things naturally. So this is something that I don't have an answer to yet. Apart from all these different changes, lifestyle changes that I've introduced, that apparently they do they impact massively in a positive way. But it's still very early days for me to say that, yeah, this is this has really worked for me. I'm still early days. I'm also researching this whole topic of HRT and bioidentical hormone therapy as a possibility. I still don't know how I feel about it or if I will need it. And I'm reading the books. There are some really wonderful books out there on natural menopause. I'm really, really loving, because it talks about it from a holistic perspective. And I'm also very intrigued to start unraveling and uncovering the spiritual aspect of it. This is something that intrigues me deeply. So, ladies, this is what I have to say so far. I'm sure that the conversation is going to continue. I am sure about that. And I hope that you got something out of today. And I hope that so many of you who didn't feel the need to listen to this episode have done it. I hope so. I really hope so. So shall we pick a card, ladies? Let's pick a card. We haven't picked a card last time. And this deck is from the Rose Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. I love it. I felt it's the one that is quite feminine we need today. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Do you know what? This is okay. Wow. The card is called the Crowning. It's called the Crowning. It's called Initiation. We talked about that. Birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. I mean, how on point is that, right? I mean, they say that the cards never lie, right? So this is so freaking on point. So it says here that, so basically menopause is an initiation, yes, is a birth, is a rebirth, is a seat at the table. Beautiful message. Beautiful message. Wow. Okay, ladies, so this is all for today. Please do reach out if you have any questions and to share how you found this episode. And I will talk to you very soon. Bye-bye. That's all for today, ladies. Thank you so much for joining this space, and I truly hope you found it insightful. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the podcast and share it with your friends and the women in your lives so they could also benefit from it too. If you want to get in touch, you are very welcome to contact me through Instagram, LinkedIn, or send me an email to support@laracalaf.com. Speak to you very soon.